all you can hear is... Actually, wait, we don't even start yet.
Buzz.
Buzz, boys.
You know what it is.
Welcome back for another episode of 1, 2, 3...
The Business
and or Misfits.
Madness.
Buzz.
Oh man, that
We should have
destroyed
just
any...
buzzed.
Oh my, if you were excited for this episode, you're not anymore. I think we'll just jump right into it. We're not going to do an end of session thing at the beginning of our session because we just did it.
We're mid shenanigan.
We're picking up in medias res anyways.
I'll be honest,
we're in
after
distress.
after last session, you guys don't really deserve any.
No, we really don't. Absolutely not.
Misfit.
So we'll just jump into it.
Yeah, you good, Puddles?
All you hear is buzzing
And French.
and French curse words.
Same difference.
Can I curse in French on this show? Is that allowed?
Probably
Not for our French audience.
Oh no.
Which
Sorry,
we do
French
have
audience.
one French listener, so I'm gonna say no.
Why?
You ready for this, French listener?
Bonjour.
Cover your ears.
This one's for you.
Omelette du fromage.
And that
La
being
vie en
said,
rose.
I will go ahead and paint the picture of what's happening.
Please.
Underneath a blue summery sky, the sun beams down on the green landscape that surrounds Mayfield, which is, of course, the main town in the Maywood. And a little bit off, a small path leading down to fields of ripe crop is what can only be described as an utter garbage fire. Besides small
I don't
patches
know. I
of
feel
flowers,
like you could describe it in some other
and
ways.
next to the garbage fire, you see a turtle in a beehive.
you see a turtle half kind of buried into a beehive, just like wriggling in pain and also honey. Below him, you just see a
Welcome
small
to my new
Jake.
album title.
You see a small Jake in the Box just kind of like jumping frantically, trying to pull the turtle out, and it's not working. Behind him, a 8-year-old girl is crying, sobbing, weeping, and running from a swarm of bees
Anthropomorphized swarm of bees.
that are all wearing French berets. And they're just kind of following her stinger
Shaking
first.
baguettes.
Yeah. It's not going well, is what I'm trying to say.
Oh, well, why did you say so?
Yeah.
It's not the impression I was getting at all.
I think all is going according to plan.
Sadly enough, yes.
The plan was just really bad. It was a calculated risk, but man, am I bad at math.
Okay, I'm gonna keep trying to yank our dealer Puddles out.
Well, the cool thing about beehives is that they're really high off the ground. And so this small infant toy is not able to jump up. I'm not even
I
gonna
can't
make you roll
bounce
for
high
it.
enough.
No.
Oh man, not if it like you know how like in cartoons when you bounce once and you bounce more and it keeps getting higher and higher like Tigger.
Oh, you mean on a trampoline?
Yeah,
Like a
but also
trampoline
when
you
you're
don't
like
have.
Hey,
yeah, but
hey,
cartoon physics though.
Jake in the Box, what's your Steam?
My Steam -1.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't even jump.
You try to jump and just go
bounce.
just the box falls over.
Yeah.
I think the most ambitious of Jake in the Box's jumps are probably about 4.5 feet. And this thing is easily like 6 feet up in the air.
Dude, 4.5 feet would be dang impressive for a Jake in the Box.
That's what I'm saying. That is like your heroic moment jumping.
yeah.
Yeah.
While Muffin is running, can she...
Can I catapult anything else?
What?
Is there anything else nearby I can catapult at the hive?
You can throw your umbrella, I guess, your parasol.
like a
Is
spear?
there
That's
like
gonna help.
stones or anything on the ground?
Yeah, because there's that great principle of life where if you have a riled up beehive, the first thing you should do is throw something.
Throw a
at it.
rock at
It's
it. Yeah, I know.
already
That's what I did every
mad.
time when I was a kid.
It's already mad.
Get some pine cones and just like yeet them.
Can Muffin try to find someone to help? Maybe roll her
Ooh.
special move again? Does that cost experience? That doesn't cost anything,
Nope.
right? It's just a thing.
Nope.
Can she
You
look
may.
for help? That's 8.
What happens on an 8?
Same thing when we thought about the bear. It's, I know of someone, but there's bad rumors.
All right, so you feel something on your stomach, and you look down and you see that little black ant that you'd put in there what seems like days ago, but really is more just, probably last night, maybe?
Yesteryear.
Probably slept before summer school day one.
And you realize if anyone could help you, it's probably this little fellow.
Oh, really?
I'll put the ant on my finger and hold my pointer fingers up to my face and say, "Can you do something? Anything?"
And you just hear, well, you don't hear anything, but you do know that you're supposed to put this ant up to your ear in order to hear something.
Like Horton hears a who.
Muffin kind of grimaces, and then she puts the ant up to her ear.
And it kind of it latches onto your earlobe. And
Like
then,
a little earring.
Yeah, but then it crawls inside and kind of lays down in that little crevice inside your ear. And you just feel its little pincers kind of pincing against the little hairs in your ears.
Yeah. Itchy.
Cam, find the world's worst Foley for this, please.
This is like ASMR straight from Dante's
Pits of
Inferno.
hell. Yeah.
And
No
this
death,
is
but body horror. We got that.
Do you need my help, Muffin?
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
No, actually, we're good.
I could totally help you, but I will need something in exchange.
Just a little bit of your soul.
Muffin will look over her shoulder at the beehive cloud following her.
And this is all almost happening in slow motion, where you're still running ahead of them. So you're kind of having this conversation almost like lightning quickly, but we're doing it slowly for the sake of drama.
Drama.
That we just undermined by mentioning that we're having it for the sake of drama.
What, the drama?
It was getting too dramatic.
She looks at these scary bees, and the camera, I imagine,
Ooh.
pans over to...
Before you do that, can we actually cut out that last bit? Because it does actually undercut the drama. I kind of like the idea that we just say that what's happening. So that whole scene, I'll just take it from the slow motion bit. So you look behind you, and you're still running ahead of the bees. This is all almost happening in slow motion. But you've done this before. So you do have the chance to respond.
She looks at the scary bees, which I imagine have formed a cloud of like a shaking fist. She looks at the beehive with all the bees spinning around it and Puddle's little legs kicking, and Jake in the box just flopped over trying to push himself back upright. And she goes, "You got a deal."
Oh, no.
But what can you give me first? Or what are you offering?
Oh gosh, what does she have? I've got these flowers.
Flowers?
That's
Please,
all I've
should
got
I
right
just crawl
now.
off now?
Oh man. I could give you a muffin. I could give you...
Muffin, you know better than that. In order to do something real special, like save you from some horrible bees, I'm gonna need something real special in return, but I'll tell you what, kiddo. I'll help you out, and you'll have just another IOU to yours truly. What do you think about that?
Deal,
Do we
deal,
have
we
a
got
deal?
a deal. I don't want to
And he
get
just-
stung by bees.
Shake on it, and you just kind of you can't
Hang on a
see it,
sec.
but you know there's a small ant. What's the ant arm
Little appendage.
reaching out of? There's a little appendage reaching out of your ear.
Just an antenna.
And
Yeah,
she
that
reaches
you-
up to her ear.
And they just shake in slow motion. And my two gentlemen, you thought you heard a lot of buzzing, but now you're hearing infinitely more.
Infinite buzz.
Uh-oh.
As well, obviously, our dear friend in the beehive is only seeing yellow and black right now. But Jake in the box, as you try to roll over it and find your footing, proverbially speaking, because you have no feet,
None feet.
the skies darken above you,
Oh.
and you see a large black cloud descend upon the beehive.
Didn't I say we need wasps to kick out the bees?
Here they come.
And you don't even see what happens. Just a flurry of screams coming from the beehive. And when you open your eyes, you just see like bits of beehives scattered around
Oh, shoot.
the field.
Is
And
there
they've all
still
been
honeycomb?
like kind of blackened and ripped to shreds. And although you could grab honey, it doesn't look very appealing.
Ooh. Okay, who called in the cavalry?
Muffin.
Puddles looks up, his face is all swollen, his eyes are like barely open. He's like, "What happened?"
Oh. Is Muffin still being pursued?
No, they're gone.
Muffin will run up.
You find yourself on the ground and you find a small ant scuttling off your hand. And somewhere you just hear a voice say, "See you later, Muffin."
Do we hear this?
You guys do not.
Okay.
Muffin just lays there staring up at the trees for a minute. And then she'll come just stumbling back over to the guys and be like, "What happened? Are you okay?"
I'm fine. I don't think Puddles is doing great.
Aw, Puddles.
His his eyes are just like swollen shut. He's basically just can't see anything right now. He's all puffed up.
Muffin will help him up and look around. Are there any honeycombs? Oh, it all looks pretty gross.
Hold up, I gotta close my door.
This is where Puddles, or not Puddles, this is where Muffin starts her heel turn.
I don't know what you're talking about.
My door doesn't close.
Oh,
Alright.
no.
I'm sorry. Start from that one more time. Sorry about the additional editing needed, Cam.
Good.
Is there any honeycomb?
You look around and you grab a piece of honeycomb and it just has like weird bits of dead bee in it.
Aw.
And it looks a little bit nasty.
We didn't
What about
get
however
honey?
much that Puddles was able to rescue?
You kind of reach inside your shell and pull it out. And at first you see the kind of nice golden gleam of the honey. But then almost instantaneously you see kind of the edges tinge with green and black ooze.
Ooh.
He like tries to shake it off of his hand.
Yeah. It takes a comical amount of time, but eventually you do get it off.
Aw.
We've seen that kind of colorage before, haven't we?
Are you asking me or are you asking each other?
I'm asking him, Puddles.
Muffins, what did you do?
I ran. I'm really sweaty
And-
now. And I fell.
Muffins,
What?
what happened?
I ran and I fell from the bees.
I'm going to sense intention on
Ooh.
Muffins.
Ooh, what does sense intention do
It's a
again?
sense intention. When someone lies, you can see the true intent in their heart. Every time you use this move, you will choose a result and mark it. And I will choose get a headache to trying to make sense of it and take a harm.
Muffin, what is
Seems
your
appropriate.
answer?
So the question, or what is like what
I guess
intention does
what
he
does
sense?
he sense? Yeah,
what do I
does he
sense?
You sense she's scared of getting in trouble, and
From the truth.
you sense also that she is very troubled that all these bees died,
Yeah.
and she's just not happy, and she's scared and defensive.
Okay. Did you
I
have a
think
good
Puddles is
view?
going to try to Puddles is going to try and console her, I think.
And he's the one all stone.
Yeah, it's just the contrast between his cartoonishly swollen face and the the drama of the moment.
Yeah, he
He's
reaches out to like pat her, but she's like way over here. You can't see.
Yeah, he's facing the wrong direction.
And as you kind of manage to get back on your feet and wander back towards town, the camera zooms down onto a broken bit of beehive where you see a few bees carrying along a larger bee on like
A stretcher.
A stretcher. And you can, the bee on the stretcher has a little crown on it.
Oh.
And you just see a few other bees playing taps behind it.
Oh my gosh.
And bee, bee, bee.
Oh my gosh. Sorry, listeners, that might be the worst experience you've ever had.
If it is, Cam will fix it. Right, Cam?
You can't fix that.
You can find a bee version of taps, right, Cam?
Probably. I could make one.
No, we just did. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So you begin to struggle back. Cam, make that console roll, will you?
All right. Let me pull my sheet back up.
Jake sent like with the whole sense and tension thing. He doesn't know what to make of this because he's never had anyone like close to him try and hide something like that.
Mm-hmm. Jake's is a very pure and straightforward existence.
Yeah,
Roll plus friendship with that character.
I
dude
imagine.
literally just doesn't
So
know
it's
what
just
to
a
do with
straight-
this.
I imagine
Straight
them
roll.
walking along in silence for a bit. Jake hopping and like just looking over, and we get like a shot of him looking over at Muffin, who's got her hands in her pockets and is like kicking pebbles. Like looks at him and looks away. Can't make eye contact. Clearly, lied.
I got an 8.
You got an 8? All right. So you both feel a little bit better. Choose one. Do you want to gain one wish, mark one experience point, or the character you help gaining one friendship towards you? What do you prefer, Puddles?
I think I'm going to have Muffin gain 1 friendship
Oh,
towards Puddles.
I'll go up to 2. You're now my closest friend.
Oh snap!
Aw.
How does this happen?
Puddles is sort of trying to be like a,
Bee?
like a mentor kind of figure.
Mm.
It's like, now Muffin, I'm not upset with you, but you have to be careful with things like that.
I just didn't want you to get hurt. I didn't know it would go so bad.
What would go so bad?
Us trying to help the bee or get the bee, honey, and
No, that's not what you said. You just said I wanted to help and I didn't want it to go so bad, which means you did something.
kind of rubs her nose and looks away. And she mumbles under her breath. You can't really hear it. She mumbles.
I couldn't quite catch that.
She mumbles, but slightly louder.
I looked to Puddles and I'm like, do you hear it? What do you know what she said?
And then she just stops in the middle of the road and like stomps her foot and says, I asked the rot for help, okay? I know the rot's bad, but there were bees and stingers and Puddles was hurt.
Muffins, I appreciate you trying to help, but that could get us in even bigger trouble than the bees did.
Maybe the rot isn't so bad. Just like stealing isn't so bad. Like if you do a Robin Hood, maybe you can Robin Hood a rot help thingy.
Not sure if that's how Robin Hood works.
Oh no.
And as you continue to walk down the path, you hear some sort of humming or whistling or something.
Or buzzing?
Or buzzing.
No.
You're walking north towards the town, and of course, as I mentioned before, to the east, beyond the trail, is a dark forest that does not seem to be the place to go. However, to your left, and therefore to the west, you do see kind of the May stream kind of brushes up close against the land at this point, and there are kind of high reeds going up, and you hear the sound of rushing water. And just ahead, you see a small boat with two large feet kind of reclining over the bow. You hear a
How large?
goodbye, goodbye, harvest moon, for me and my pals.
He seems trustworthy.
Roughly
Sounds
speaking,
folksy.
heron-sized.
Oh no.
Oh man, Muffin just says loudly as soon as she realizes.
Puddles looks around, still half blind. He's like, "What? What is it?"
And upon hearing the "oh no" from a distance, you just see a long neck protrude out with a little white head on top with a long yellow beak and a small captain's hat say, "Hello there!
Aw, man, it's you!
How about you, whippersnappers? I didn't think I'd see you again."
Me
And he
neither.
kind of he lifts up his wings and he's just holding a small teacup and like sips a little bit of tea out of it. "I'm afraid you caught me on my break. What happened to him?" He kind of looks over to the little swollen turtle, who would normally be sticking his head inside his shell for fear of being eaten, but I'm afraid it's not fitting in right now.
Yeah, it doesn't fit.
Oh.
Just trying to pull it inside, choking.
He got stung by bees.
Roughly 300 of them.
Oh, rough go of it.
Really rough.
Now,
You can say that again.
Mr. Heron, remind me of your name again, sir.
Quentin.
Isn't that Quentin?
Quentin, that's right. I seem to recall you telling us you can acquire certain things. Is that right?
Well, of course. And as you guys kind of walk past him, he kind of puts the teacup down and starts like rowing alongside on the river
Yes.
as you guys kind of walk by.
Would you be able to procure sugar / any confections, just like pre-made? We'll take pre-made at this point. We don't have to make them ourselves.
Sugar? What do you mean? What for?
Like muffins, cakes, pastries, any of that kind of stuff.
Dessert.
Oh, well. As a matter of fact, I do have these. It kind of lifts up a small plate that has a bunch of sugar cubes on it.
That's literally perfect. Here, we'll give you Puddles.
No!
Ah, I don't want a turtle.
What do we have that he might want? You wouldn't just give us your sugar cubes out of the kindness of your heart, would you?
Your lovely little Quentin heart.
Your lovely little bird heart.
Someone might want to make one heck of a mush roll.
I only have one, so does anyone have
I've got
better?
one as well.
Make a
I
mush
have
roll.
0.
Or does anyone want to make the very famous make a friend roll? Because that's one too, isn't it?
Ooh.
I'll make a friend. I'll roll plus mush, except I have disadvantage because I have 2 harm, so
Oh,
That's fair.
Should I roll instead?
probably.
All
Let's see,
right.
I got a 6 and a 6, so well,
Oh.
I mean it's a 7 regardless with the +1.
What do you say, narrator? Should I still roll, or are we going with that?
Wait, say that one more time.
I got a 7.
7? I like the 7. With 7, they ask you to make an unbreakable promise or they require a valuable gift in exchange for their friendship.
No, we ain't got no valuables.
He says, "You know what? I always think it's sad when I see small children, tiny animals, and even tinier toys walking around with no lollipops or muffins. So come here, little one." And he kind of motions over to the Jake in the Box to kind of come and get the plate of sugar cubes from him.
That's awful nice of you, sir.
And as you come closer, he kind of draws you in to whisper in your ear subtly.
As subtle as a heron can be.
With his big wing.
And he kind of looks at you and says, "Now, young one, you gotta be careful. I can smell it on the air. There's rot around. You haven't seen no rot, have you?"
I ain't seen no rot.
You gotta get better at lying, son. Well, here, make me what we call around here an unbreakable promise.
I think that's just a promise, right?
Thing about unbreakable promises is that
Unbreakable?
there we go. Smart boy.
That's every promise, though. If you don't keep your word, what are you?
Well, you got me there. Man's nothing without his word. Now there's a heron, and now there's a toy.
It's true.
Yeah.
So what do you need there, sir?
I need you to promise me that you won't let your friends fall to the rock.
Oh, I can promise that, no problem.
Because I know the rock real well. I can sniff it out. And I need to keep the rock clear away from this good old town of Mayfield.
Absolutely,
me?
sir.
Attaboy. It kind of hands you the plate and kind of pushes off and begins rowing in a different direction. So long now. Make sure you make plenty of sweet stuffs.
Will do, Mr. Heron, sir. Thank you very much.
Bye, Mr. Quentin. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have fun. Oh, have fun riding the catfish. He kind of starts cackling and paddling off. Catfish.
Well.
Man.
Who rides a catfish?
Puddles is just like, wait, was that the heron?
Yeah, you figured it out, buddy. Good job.
Don't worry about it, Puddles. And she'll pat him on the back.
He's gone now. You're safe.
What
Yeah,
was
the
last
heron's
thing
gone. You're good,
I
buddy.
said?
We're heading back to Mayfield. Muffin
To try and make some dessert.
All
Muffin
right.
will pull out her checklist and she'll scratch off sugar. And the next ones were berries and either zucchini or flour. I think it was zucchini very badly.
No, we've already
spelled.
got wheat. We're just going to be grinding it.
Right.
I'm going to be
Yeah.
grinding it while you're
So it was
prepping
berries
everything else.
and
Just berries. Just
Yeah,
berries.
And to be honest, it's summer in the May stream always, so you are able to find berries very quickly. I'm not going to make you roleplay it because the main
Berries.
Can I find a
struggle
zucchini
was,
too? Because it's a real thing, you guys, and it tastes good.
Nah, I don't believe you.
zucchini pastries are an affront to all good and
Thank
decent
you.
people.
I am going to
I
make you
appreciate
some,
this.
Sam,
Oh,
and
please
you are
do.
going to
She's
like
going to
them.
make you literally eat your words.
Yes.
she's gonna.
I just harvested 2 zucchini that are bigger than my arm. I don't know if they will taste good because they're so big, but I'll harvest some smaller ones.
Rebecca, you're my friend and I love you and I'd never do this, but I'd be so tempted. You drive all the way down here to hand me like a zucchini muffin, and I would just look at you in the eyes as I throw it in the trash.
That would be a crime. My recipe has this strudel you put on top.
Oh.
Like
Okay, I'll eat the strudel and then I'll throw the rest out.
No!
Well, that being said, Rebecca, I love you. You're my very good friend,
I love you too, friend.
but we're not making stuff with zucchinis in my story.
You monster.
The GM has
I'm
spoken.
being discriminated against.
All right. Sorry to
What
all of our
happened to
gluten
yes and
sensitive
Sam?
people.
Yes and.
I just, as soon as we get back, I just start cranking out some wheat flour.
You find a
Have a
zucchini on the
montage.
way back, and a hand from heaven just reaches down and takes it up and throws it down into some deep depths that you can't
The rot
see.
just
Aw,
instantly
man.
disintegrates it.
Yeah.
the hand of God reaches down and grabs it and then just flicks it into the horizon.
Oh well.
Well, that's weird. You arrive back, and of course, Hank, the creator of the ever popular game, The Bop It, is just cradling our dear Esther in her arms while she
Oh.
looks up in adoration. And after a few pretty
See, I
intense
told you
moments,
he was trustworthy.
look, turns out the baby, it really doesn't like the Shocky pen.
Oh
And-
man, you got me. I was mid-drink.
Cut to a montage of Jake in the Box grinding, hand grinding
For hours.
Yeah, and well, just tell me, how do you do this? How do you make these muffins? What does it look like? Who's doing what? You have a
She's doing
small
everything.
kitchenette with Everyone's got to be involved in making the muffins.
Oh my gosh.
I
I
grind
see.
There's
flour.
There's like all this activity going on. Muffins is doing all of this mixing and stuff like that. And Puddles' contribution, because he's still like swollen up and half blind, is he's just sort of like standing there with a bowl balanced on his back.
I imagined him just slowly turning one of those hand mixer whisks, and like Muffin
one
just
of those
lifts
flour
up his
sifters.
hands and puts a bowl under him, and then lowers his hands like he's just a stand mixer.
Oh, yeah.
That's great. You have this flurry of activity with Muffins over here, and every now and then it just cuts back to me still grinding, and it just keeps cutting back and forth between you moving and doing everything in the kitchen and me grinding flour constantly.
And then we just cut to a little ding as an egg timer goes off, and we pull a tray of muffins out of the oven. Some blueberry
good,
muffins.
DM?
Puddles is, at one point is like walking the bowl to somewhere. He's about to walk off of the counter, and Muffins just has to like turn him around so that he's walking back the other direction across the counter.
And as you pull out these delicious, warm, wild berry muffins, freshly
Sans zucchini.
cooked, without any zucchini, because this is a wholesome podcast.
Y'all, you don't even taste... Also, zucchini tastes good, but you don't even really taste the zucchini. It just adds sweetness.
I have a soul, which means I taste the zucchini.
This is vegetable discrimination.
This wholesome
Zucchini isn't even a
zucchini-free
vegetable.
wild berry muffins that will eventually be cooked on Binging with Babish.
Man, that's how you know you've made it.
I know. And it fills you all with a deep, thriving sense of hope. And you can each add 1 point of hope as you sniff these
What's
muffins.
hope do?
Yay.
Like hope in real life, it's merely an illusion. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no!
I thought this was a wholesome podcast.
No, hope is, like in real life, is a very real and helpful part of this. You see, your hope is almost a way your character develops. And you can read up more about it if you were to purchase the basic rule set to this game, which I recommend all of our listeners do. But I'm not going to waste time reading up on that now. We can talk about it more a little bit later. But essentially...
Waste time.
Okay, that's fair. So hope essentially marks your character progression. And for all of you, this is your first real sense of accomplishment, because everything else you've done has been accomplished kind of by underhanded or by mischievous means, where this is good. This is good, honest work that you've done today. And you know that this will bring smiles across the faces of the people of Mayfield. And you feel accomplished, and after you eat one, you feel very, very accomplished, and you see the beaming blue eyes of Hank Boppet smiling down at you.
Aww.
It's a very wonderful feeling that stirs up inside your mush.
Aww.
That's really nice.
They've got
And as
cinnamon.
he puts them in small pink boxes that he wraps up with white bows, he says, "You children have done wonderfully. Last time I tried to make a muffin, it ended up being scrambled eggs."
Wow.
It's unfortunate.
Now, I'll hire some of the local hoodlums to hand these out to some of the ne'er-do-wells, you know what I'm saying? Kind of gives you a wink.
I don't.
I'm being facetious. I'm giving it to some of the children to give to the other children to bring joy and happiness across
Yay.
Mayfield.
See, that sounds much better. I like that a lot.
Well, yes, but you gotta say things with a little bit of spice sometimes. Now, I gotta be careful not to get the attention of the dentist, but besides that, I think this will do a whole lot of good.
We agree.
Now,
Well, that just sounds lovely.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Puddles is facing the opposite direction.
Muffin just turns him around.
Blind Puddles is my new favorite.
It's a good joke.
It is.
So, what were you asking about again? I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember.
Fixing Jake's box.
And an action figure for
Yeah,
Les.
a doll with
An
flames
action figure
and
slash
a sword
Barbie
and great hair.
Yeah.
Yes. So it only takes him a few moments to get the
Really,
door.
if you can make a Sakotan the Barbarian action figure, that's really what we need.
Whoa.
I mean, I think what Les was asking for was a few steps beyond that, because he wanted like a beautiful doll, but also with flames and a horn. Like it was.
Yeah, that's Conan the Barbarian.
you watched the Jason Momoa version, didn't you?
Oh no.
That's why, bud. But yeah, no. So he takes out kind of a heavy industrial saw and cuts out a small square from your lower half, which was a little bit disturbing for a moment. But after he solders,
what's that feel like?
not pleasant, but it's what you asked for. And he reattaches it with kind of a strap and a hinge, and you know what? It looks pretty darn fine, and it's covered up by the fact that it's kind of like below you.
Yeah.
So it again, think about it, like if your core is a square, then the top is where you pop out of, and the bottom is kind of your new emergency hatch.
Excellent.
However, when you do emerge from that, if you want to escape your box, I guess your lower half is really just a
Spring.
a spring. Yeah, you don't have like legs or anything.
Yeah, no.
Now he
I
can
am strictly
catapult
top half.
himself, though.
Oh man.
I will say that coming unattached is really a last.
Yeah, I'm not able to
resort.
detach until I get that ability.
Ooh, yeah.
This is more of a me, like if my box gets stuck again like it did previously, I have another way to get my head out.
Yeah, this is not like you're free.
No.
Like no,
No. Not until I get that ability.
While
Eh.
Mr. Boppet is working on our friend, can we look around the workshop? But Puddles, I imagine, is just staring at a wall, going, "How neat."
Look at the craftsmanship.
So you see around, and there are a lot of old dusty toys just kind of hanging from the ceiling. They're all pretty well taken care of, but you can see they've not had the attention of local children for quite a while. You see, there's obviously the workbench that Mr. Boppet is kind of huddled over, and Jake's laying down on. Next to the bench, there's kind of a little table where he's kind of taken off his watch and his wedding ring, and he set him down there, kind of in a little bowl that you can tell that's where he normally sets his stuff. And then, of course, there's the kitchen, which has stuff soaking in the sink. What are you looking for?
Just cool things. I think
I don't know, something amazing, I guess.
something amazing. I guess something fun.
You stroll back and kind of creak open the back door, which opens into this kind of large mahogany office. I guess not large, but small mahogany office with kind of old classic, 50s decor. And you do see a large container, like a pedestal against the right wall.
A display
And
case,
on
if you will.
A display case, yeah. And on the display case is
the Lego Rivendell.
That's what I have. Is a large velvet red pillow upon which rests a old polished contraption, upon which is a large wooden button that reads "Bop It."
Oh snap!
Is this the original Boppet?
Muffin is gonna go up to the glass and press against it. She's gonna look over her shoulder.
You just hear the power, like a power saw going, just zzz.
And imagine Jake going, "Whoa!" Muffin would like to steal the original
snap.
Boppet.
Is this a Robin Hood or is this a steal?
It's a great question. Morality is bees.
Oh right, I forgot.
Make a cause mischief check for me with advantage because no one's really watching you.
What is this plus?
Steam.
Steam.
Oh no.
Don't forget you have a wish.
That's a 6, so I'm going to use my wish to succeed.
I feel like it's very apropos that you use a wish to steal a Boppet.
Yeah.
You push over the top of this display pedestal. It's kind of like a little, it's like a little top half of an egg type thing where you lift it up. It's very fancy, and it falls over, about to crash to the floor, and you kind of just grab it right before it does, and you grab the Boppet and you replace the top of the pedestal, and you kind of shove the Boppet.
You put a stick in place of where the Boppet was.
And the Boppet is now in your possession.
Oh snap!
You shoved it
OG
into your
Boppet.
overalls.
Into my overall pocket.
Yeah.
Hammer space pocket.
How much does
You,
how much does
when you
an
do so, you
original
just as you
Charles
do so, you
H.
cheer.
Bobbitt go?
As you do put it in there, you cheer. Bop it. Oh no!
Twist it.
Twist it.
Twist it. Oh no!
Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet.
Steal it.
Ah! Once it quiets down, she'll come back with everybody else.
Like, where's the off button?
And Hank Boppa just turns back at you and goes, "Oh, I didn't see you there."
I was looking at your cool toys. You've got so many cool ones. Which one's your favorite?
Oh, now I can't pick a favorite.
A wistful look in his eye.
And that being said, well, right now the one I'm focused on is this boy, and he kind of sits up, Jake in the box.
I'm a real boy
Wow.
now.
Your
No,
box
you're not.
is all better.
Oh.
You keep saying that. No, you're not.
Please stop. How do you feel?
I feel sprier, looser, more adventurous.
Oh,
You can even say I feel like a real boy.
Looser and goosier.
well, and what exactly did
A
you
little
want
bit
for-
breezier.
Oh, well, you can stop now. And then he then begins to work on a doll. He kind of has his like blank, doll body. He says, now, cracks his knuckles and says, now, what would you like this to look like? And can you guys please perfectly describe how this doll looks for less?
I want wavy, like longer than the doll's body, brown hair, just like luscious waves.
locks.
All right,
Like
has luscious
Fabio hair.
waves.
Yes.
Dylan, what else does it have?
There's flame decals running up the legs.
I love this. All right, Cameron, add another aspect of it.
It has like a 12-pack abs.
Does it have like 80s style like tights on?
That's what
Yeah,
that's the flame.
Okay.
It's like flame leggings.
Yes,
love that.
flame leggings. It's a flame jumpsuit.
All right, Rebecca, what else is there on this?
Can in one hand there be a flame sword, and in the
Please.
other hand a hairbrush?
I love it. All right, what about facial features, Dylan?
There is specifically a oversized set of sunglasses that are removable and can come on and off.
Yeah.
I love it. Anything else? Finish us off, Cameron.
Well, it obviously has to have a handlebar mustache.
Yeah, I love it.
The
And
epitome
then-
of cool.
The perfect doll.
We've done it.
And he kind of.
Oh, it needs a horn.
Oh,
And-
yeah, what
yeah.
kind of horn
A
is
unicorn horn.
Yes, unicorn.
Uh,
Right
yes!
on top. Yes.
And I can't picture it without roller skates.
Oh.
Ooh, you're so right. It's gotta have
Perfect.
roller skates.
You have created the most gnarly doll that's ever been created.
Yeah.
And he kind of puts inside this very nice package with a transparent front. And he kind of takes a nice calligraphy pen out and says, now, what should I name it?
Call this.
Him. Sorry.
We should each come up with like a part of the name, like
Yeah, everyone give it a letter.
adverb, adjective, noun.
Yes.
Can his first name be Hammer? I feel like it, or
Hammer's
maybe not.
part of it.
Hammer can
Yeah,
be the
hammer's
noun.
gotta be
Hammer
part
can
of
be the
it.
noun.
Yeah.
And then the hammer something, and the something has to be something really dainty, like Jimothy Hammer Honey, or it's like
Timothy
Ooh.
Hammer the third.
Jimothy
Hammer. Jimothy Hammer Buns, or Jimothy like Ribbon Hammer, or Jimothy like Hammer.
Jimothy Hammer Daisy. There's a single
Jimothy Daisy
like
Hammer.
Jimothy Daisy Hammer, and he has just a real daisy like
Daisy
stuck
Hammer's
in
one
his
word.
beautiful hair.
I really want our fans to make me a Jimothy Daisy
Please
Hammer.
don't. Please.
I like the
It's an
idea that
abomination.
we've-
It's
I
an
want to
atrocity
create
against
this.
God and man.
I like the idea
This is
that
the
we've been
perfect doll.
brainstorming this.
For boys, for girls.
We've been brainstorming this out loud in character, and now the box just has like a bunch of scratched out names on it.
And in a little corner, it's just Jimothy Daisy Hammer.
Jimothy Daisy Hammer. Well, I've never heard of name like that, but I think it fits.
He's
You haven't
perfect.
seen anything like this in your life, have you?
Not quite.
All this
And
toy making, how many decades?
more than I'd care to remember.
More than I can remember.
Well,
Who are you?
thank you
Who
very
are you
much.
kids again?
Oh no. He thanks you each and gives you each a small hug and
Oh.
kind of gives you a small box with a muffin in it each, and
Oh.
kind of picks up Aster and gives her a little
I can't eat.
a little kiss on the forehead and hands her down to our dear Muffin. So where are you off to next?
Well, we're trying to find Esther's mommy and poppy, so I guess we'll keep going down the river and see if
You
we
got
can
another
find
city
anyone
nearby?
who knows.
Well,
Where's the nearest folks?
Yeah.
well, if she's not from around here, I suppose you can look at
DM thinks of next arc.
You have a direction we can go?
You know, I'd recommend you probably go north. You're gonna pass the dam and see
Ooh.
some more folk, and if she's from not around here, you might encounter more folk like her beyond there. But to
You
be
gotta
honest,
go
She's
to
a beaver.
beyond
She built the
there.
dam.
I've not left in so long, it's hard to remember. But I just know you want to stay away from the rot.
Yeah, no rot, go north.
Right.
Yes. Well,
I made an unbreakable promise that my friends will never succumb to the rot.
oh, fancy that. Do you want me to walk you to the road, or how?
That would be lovely.
Oh,
Oh.
do we not need to take a boat?
I mean, you could take a boat.
Our friend Les is waiting for us and for his doll. So we
Oh,
at
is
least
he-
gotta take this to him first.
Oh, okay. Where's he?
Is it navigatable by catfish?
Yeah, he's in the river.
He kind of just gives you a strange look.
That's how we got here.
What are we talking about?
Traveling.
Yeah, by catfish.
You ain't never traveled by catfish before?
By this point, you guys are all like right up to the one of the docks.
We've
And
thoroughly
a lo-
confused this old man.
Les,
He's like
Les.
stuttering, like what? And then the large catfish just kind of emerges. He's like,
Wearing
and he's
her
just like-
bandana.
oh yeah. And you guys hand Lex Jimothy Daisy Hammer, and he goes, oh, come on. And you guys all jump on, and he begins kind of like swimming away as Hank Boppa is just left with mouth agape, and after a moment begins waving away as our three heroes and little Esther begin swimming north into the May Stream.
With a doll and a boppet in hand.
For real.
I imagine the final
Yay.
shot is just like everybody waving over their shoulders to Hank Boppet, and then as they look
He's
forward,
just scratching his head quizzically.
Muffin just peeks into her overall pocket, and we see the Boppet and a little black ant sitting on it.
I love it.
Hey everybody, Cam here. Thanks for listening to Minions and Misfits. If you like what you heard, don't forget to check out our socials. The links are down in the description. And please, leave us a review on whatever app you use to listen to your podcast. It'll help us reach more people who can enjoy the episode that you just listened to. See you next time.